to show you how easy it is to make a delicious meal for several people with one chicken breast and a can of biscuits. We will use a couple other ingredients, but I'm starting with a bone-in, skin-on chicken breast for this recipe and a can of 8 big biscuits. Now, the other ingredients we're going to use include cream of chicken and mushroom soup. These are 10.5-ounce cans. I love this brand, Pacific Foods, because of the ingredients. It happens to be USDA organic, but I love that this brand doesn't contain MSG or soy like some of the other popular brands do. It is high in sodium, so we're going to keep that in mind when we season this dish. The cream of mushroom condensed soup is the same. It's organic and it has cleaner ingredients with no MSG or soy. And I always check the expiration dates of canned foods. So these expire next year, so I'm good to go with that. Also, I'm going to use a 10-ounce bag of mixed vegetables. You could use just peas or peas and carrots, whichever you prefer. And I have a jumbo cupcake pan that has 6 spots to make my chicken pot pies. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my water ready to boil my chicken breast. This is one chicken breast and I'm just rinsing it off now. I'm not going to put off the fat or the skin because I'm going to let that fat boil up to make a delicious flavor in my broth. This broth, we're going to use some in this recipe, and I'm also going to save some in a mason jar to use in the future in another recipe. And I showed this clip of me washing my hands with soap just for the people that get upset when they see someone washing or rinsing off poultry. I do clean my sink, my hand, under my nails, my surrounding area to keep everything safe. So in my pot of water, I'm adding some seasonings to make this broth delicious: black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, a pinch of salt. The exact amount of seasoning you need will be dependent upon how much water you're trying to season for your broth. And I'm using Italian seasoning. Once the chicken is cooked, you can taste the broth and add more seasoning if you like. My chicken breast is going to take about 20 minutes or so to boil. So I have a second pan with about 1 inch of water to cook my mixed vegetables. They're frozen, so I mainly just want to thaw them out. I don't want to cook them all the way down since they will be cooking in the oven. So you can see I still have a bit of water in there and they're thawed out, and I turn the heat off and let them sit. My chicken breast has cooked and the broth has reduced down and is delicious. My veggies are cooked and on a low simmer, but I am going to add some poultry seasoning. It's vegan. It contains thyme, sage, marjoram, rosemary, black pepper, and nutmeg, and it's really good on vegetables, not just poultry. So I'll have a link to it down below if you want to buy some if you've never tried it before. It will add a delicious flavor. Now I am adding my cream of chicken and my cream of mushroom soup. You can see they don't look very seasoned straight out the can, but that's okay. We're going to fix that. First, I'm mixing up my vegetables into my creamed condensed soup, and I am adding a bit of onion powder and garlic powder. I would say about a half a teaspoon of each, and some thyme leaves. You can use whatever herbs you like. I'm using dried thyme. You could use oregano or basil if you prefer that, or just Italian seasoning. But I'm giving that a stir and letting it heat up just a bit with the soup added. And I tasted it and I decided that I do want to add some black pepper. So we're just seasoning it to taste. My chicken breast has been cooling in a bowl so that I can handle it. I pulled the skin off and I'm just using a fork to pull the meat off. I want to be very careful that I don't get any bones mixed in with my condensed soup mix. So I am adding my chicken. I am putting it in big pieces because as we stir it, it will break up some. I don't want my chicken minced. That's just my personal preference. Now that I have my chicken added in, I'm going to add a little bit of my chicken broth to this mix just to help loosen it up just a little bit. I would say about a tablespoon or two, and then give that a stir and make sure it comes to the consistency that you like. And then you want to taste it again at this point, just a small amount, and make sure you like it. Now I am going to spray my cupcake pan just to make sure it's easy to get the biscuits out when it's time. And I'm opening up my container of biscuits. And you can use the variety of biscuits you like. This is just the Southern Homestyle variety. I'm peeling off the top layer of one of my biscuits. I had the idea that I kind of want to cook it as a top on the chicken pot pie like the traditional style. And so what I'm doing is flattening out the remaining biscuit dough to press that down into my baking pan. But as you notice, that's not quite enough dough to fill up my jumbo pan. So I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? I know it has to be a way to make it work and be beautiful, so I'm just going to sit that top layer to the side for now. And even the second one, I'm sitting the top layer to the side and pressing down to make the remaining amount of dough bigger to fit into my cup. And it's just not going to work with this jumbo sized muffin pan. So what I decided to do is take the layer that I pulled off and kind of combine it to the piece that was in the muffin tin already to make a bigger piece so that it will lift all the way up the sides, because I'm adding in a condensed soup mixture and I don't want it to spill over too much. So I was able to make a piece big enough for the jumbo tin that I have, and it worked out perfectly. So you just want to make sure that you flatten out the dough enough to make a suitable cup to hold the chicken pot pie mixture that we're going to put inside. So just press it down carefully. This wouldn't be an issue if you use the standard size muffin pan that has 12 cavities to fill, but this is a jumbo pan, of course. I have 2 biscuits left remaining because this was a pack of 8 that I'm going to sit to the side to use later. And now I'm just filling up each one of my pot pie holders. After filling all 6 cups, I do have a little bit of the soup mixture left. So I'm just going to go in and make sure that I fill up each cup to capacity. And then what I decided to do is for the 2 biscuits that I had left, split them in half so that I can put them as toppings on 4 of my pot pies. So I still get the top pot pie like I want it. And then 2 of these pot pies, I'm just going to leave open faced or with no topping on it. Some people may add cheese, but I didn't want cheese on top of my pot pie. So I am going to leave it as is. I am going to add some ghee or clarified butter to the top of the biscuits raw. This is something I like to do when I make biscuits just to get a more home style flavor when they're baking. And I'm going to add butter afterwards too, just because I can. But I am going to add a piece of foil on top of the 4 with the biscuits on the top layer just to make sure they don't get too dark before the inside can actually cook with the soup mixture. And we'll pull this off after about 10 minutes. You can see for the 2 exposed ones, it is starting to get a little bit golden around the top. So I just put the foil off and I place it back in my pan. This was at 350 degrees, and you want to cook the biscuits for the amount of time on the side of your biscuit container. Look at how beautiful these are. Mine cooked for a total of 16 minutes to get this beautiful golden color. And I did add a little bit of butter on top afterwards to get that beautiful glisten and help them soften. And it wasn't hard to take them out of the container with my silicone spatula, because remember we did put the cooking spray in. And look at this one. It is so beautiful with the biscuit on the bottom and the top, and having some of the pot pie spill out on the sides so you can see what it is. I intentionally didn't pinch the sides of the biscuit tops to the bottom because I like this look. This was so delicious, and 2 of these biscuits was plenty for one adult for a lunch. If you wanted to make it a more hearty dinner, you could pair it with a side salad perhaps. This recipe is perfect for an easy weeknight dinner or lunch on any day. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel.